let's get straight into our favourite subject, Labour, the Labour Party. And as you constantly remind me, Nick, I had high hopes for the Labour Party.
You did. And even I didn't think it'd be as bad as this is quick, because I said to you, give it a year, Lindsay, and we'll look back.
Yeah.
And we'll... Didn't even take a year. It took a couple of weeks for us to look back and go, Jesus, you were wrong there, Lindsay.
It took a couple of weeks. And I noticed that one of your videos that did very well in the last couple of weeks was one around your prediction that Starmer would be out.
That did very well, yeah.
And it's interesting that people are looking at that. People must be thinking that's the case as well. But let's just talk about some of the things they've done in the last week or so. And we're on the 17th of September today, by the way. So how long have they been in power, these guys?
70 days, maybe?
Yeah.
It's not long, is it?
It's not even 100 days. So one of the things they're doing is releasing 5,000 prisoners early, of which 1,700 have already been released. We'll go into who's been released early, but an interesting stat I saw the other day was currently in our prisons there are 10,400 foreign nationals in prison.
12%.
So a fairly logical, and something I haven't seen on the media or anybody's mentioned at all, a totally logical thing to do is send those 10,400 foreign nationals home, free up 10,000 spaces in our jails, and then we wouldn't have to release 5,000 violent and otherwise offenders out into the... Is there any reason we can't do that, Nick?
The only reason really is none of our politicians in power have a backbone. It's as simple as that. All of those people in jail, foreign nationals, can be deported, should be deported. In fact, it'd be a vote winner. If you want to be cynical, it'd be a vote winner.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to deport foreign criminals?
Yeah.
But it goes against everything they think, which is, if you're a criminal, it's not really your fault. It's society's fault for making you a criminal. We didn't give you enough opportunities. The white cis men took all the opportunities and made you a criminal.
Yeah, especially if you're a brown criminal.
Exactly. And most of these will be brown criminals. Not all of them. You know, the highest number of criminals in our jails, and the top 4 are European. It's Albanians, Irish. I'm guessing the next 2 now. I think it was Polish. And there was another, but the top 4 were white European countries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this isn't even a race thing.
Yeah.
And once you get under that, then it's Jamaica and it's Nigeria and Pakistan and stuff.
Yeah.
But the first
But it is an immigration thing, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't have to be here. We have to deal with our criminals because they're British criminals.
Yeah.
We don't have to deal with someone else's criminals. Kick them out, get the passport, and you stamp on it persona non grata, so they never come back.
Yeah. So did you say it's 12% of it?
12% of the population.
So 12% of our prison population are foreign nationals. But there's never been any discussion about sending those guys home and creating then 10,000 spaces in the prison system, which desperately needs it.
Yep.
But instead what we've done is we've already released 1,700 prisoners. I was reading about some of these prisoners. 2 of them were violent domestic abusers who put their wives or women in hospital. One of them was arrested the same day for who was a sex offender for touching a woman. I don't know if you've heard about that.
It wasn't just a woman. It was a woman who worked for the prison who was driving him to the bus stop when he'd been freed.
Okay.
He sexually assaulted her while she was driving him to the bus stop. He'd been out of jail 10 minutes and he sexually assaulted her.
I shouldn't be laughing, I apologise.
You can't make that shit up, can you?
No.
I mean, even I didn't think it would be that soon, 10 minutes, to a prison, she wasn't a prison guard, she was a prison employee, driving him to the bus. He couldn't wait to offend.
He couldn't wait to touch her up in the car inappropriately. That's great. But, so she could, presumably she just turned the wheel and headed back to the prison then, did she?
She could have done, but she wasn't a prison guard.
Oh, right, okay.
But we're laughing at this because that's slightly funny. Not for her, it's not, but
funny,
it's slightly funny. But what won't be funny is when one of these guys killed someone and then we say, well, technically he should have been in jail and now he's murdered somebody.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. And I think you made that point when you were talking about Starmer's reign not lasting very long. And you can, as you said, you can see it coming. One of these criminals is going to kill somebody, injure somebody. I think a number are already back in prison because they breached parole, as I understand it.
Because they're criminals.
Yeah, because they're criminals. And then the second thing that's going to happen, and I'm going to come to that later about the pensioners and the fuel allowance, is a pensioner is going to die of...
many will die, and everyone will be blamed on Starmer, even if it had nothing to do with the winter fuel allowance or them being cut. Every pensioner death now this winter will be blamed on Starmer.
Here's another one for you, Starmer, yes. Put it across on the wall.
Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers, I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.